Hi, I'm Jeff Dixon, and I would like to invite you to come on a journey with me. It's a journey that takes place in the imagination, and I want to invite you to imagine two children playing out in the forest one day, and they hear a noise. The noise is above them, and they look up, and they see something that to them is unbelievable. It probably would be unbelievable to you as well, because when they looked up in the tree, they saw a deer. That's right, a deer in a tree. Now we all know that deer can't be in trees, right? Well, that is, of course, unless there's a deer that can defy the laws of gravity. The only person I know that has deer like that is Santa Claus. That would be a reindeer. That's what these kids saw. And so as the deer moved through the treetops, the kids chased that deer until they came upon an opening, a clearing. And they looked as this reindeer watched them approach and get closer and closer. They climbed on the reindeer back, and before you know it, they were on a magical adventure, racing through an ice cavern. And when that ice cavern opened up, they found themselves at the North Pole. Great story. I told you it was a story of the imagination. But it's not just a story. It really is a dream. And believe it or not, it's a dream that's coming true. And it's coming true right now. I'd like to show it to you. So come with me. What you see behind me is what we call Christmas Dreams. Christmas Dreams is a themed resort designed for terminally ill children and their families. What is that going to look like? Like this? Not sure what all this is? Let me tell you. As you just heard from our backstory, the amazing tale of those two children that found that reindeer in the wilds of Christmas, climbed on his back, and entered this hidden cave that opened up into a magic portal that ended up in being the ice cave cavern that led them to the North Pole. Well, our guests are going to enter Christmas Dreams via the same way, and they're going to come down this VIP guest entry road, which you see opens up into a cave, and that cave is the very same ice cave we were talking about in the story. The next thing you know, they're inside Christmas Dreams, the main building. But before we go in the main building and look at all that fun stuff that's there, let's take a quick tour around the campus while we're out here. You'll notice that just off to the side of the main building is an area that we call the Dream Center. The Dream Center serves a number of purposes. It's going to be a place where people come and discover how to make their dreams come true. They're going to come and discover how to dream dreams like Christmas dreams, and how they can take those ideas and help make them come to life. It's also going to be the kind of place where people will come and they will experience moments where they're going to train and become equipped to be better at whatever it is they're trying to become. And we're hoping that that Dream Center is going to be a place that in the lives of people will truly help their dreams come true. You notice off to the side of it is a helipad. Because of the nature of the guests that we're going to have, there will be times, even though we're not looking forward to them, but times where we might have to bring a helicopter on and off our property. That's where that helipad is going to be. When you swing around to the other side of the main building, you'll notice that there is a two-story maintenance facility and also a cast center. It's going to take a lot of people and a lot of volunteers to make Christmas dreams come true. And this is where we're going to be storing the things that we need, and also staging some of the things that we need, as well as getting our cast ready. Everything from wardrobing to other facilities are all contained here. When you move on around, you'll notice that there's a dormitory, because our college internship program is going to be a very important part of Christmas Dreams as it becomes a reality. And then you'll also notice some resident staff housing. We've got a lot of folks who are going to be on Christmas Dream property with our guests all the time, and they need places to stay. These townhomes are going to become their home away from home while we're entertaining and taking care of our VIPs at Christmas Dreams. Okay. Now that's what the campus looks like on the outside. And it's cool, but that's not what's really exciting. Because childhood dreams come true, not on the outside of the building, but on the inside of the building. So now we've looked outside, come on, let's get inside and check it out. Now that you're done looking outside, this is inside. Looks pretty amazing, doesn't it? Yeah, I think it does too. Of course, from this view, you can't get a real good feel for all that's happening here. Maybe we should look just a little bit closer. Christmas Dreams is a year-round celebration of the joy of Christmas. This wintry wonderland hosts children and their caregivers from around the world, inviting them to leave behind their day-to-day cares as they immerse themselves in the fun and magic of this special place. As our guests arrive, they will check into a very private and uniquely decorated chalet. Each chalet consists of 2 bedrooms, a small kitchen space, a family living space, and each chalet will be decorated for the holidays, complete with a Christmas tree. The Christmas tree already has lights on it because, well, everybody struggles with putting on the lights, but it's waiting for the decorations to be put on. Each family, as they stay in their chalet, will have the opportunity to decorate the tree for themselves with decorations that they'll create at the Christmas tree house and Santa's workshop during their stay, because they're waiting for a Christmas morning. And so their chalets open up into the North Pole. A kid's dream come true, staying at the North Pole in their very own place, real close to Santa's house. When I was a kid and I thought of the North Pole, the first thing I thought of, besides Santa Claus, was Santa's workshop. That had to be a happening place. And in Christmas Dreams, it is a happening place. At Santa's workshop, kids join the elves who are busy creating toys for every boy and girl. And the workshop's filled with games, activities, and toys galore to ignite the imagination of children of all ages. Laughter fills the air, toys move overhead on conveyor belts, and toy testing stations invite children to join the elves at work. And Santa's workshop is a multi-level facility where there is so much packed in there. Well, it might just take a day, maybe even 2, to do it all. The first thing they can find in Santa's workshop is ELF, the Exploration and Learning Facility. It's a children's museum-like environment where guests enjoy the science, art, and fun of toy creation. It's a highly interactive discovery and invention adventure that invites group play among families and gives kids an opportunity to make new friends. ELF will also play host to various workshops throughout the day, such as woodworking or even teddy bear making. If you move just a little bit further through Santa's workshop, you'll find the EF1. It's a flight training hangar. It's a non-motion, media-based flight simulator. Few people know that the universal air traffic control call for Santa's sleigh is ELF Force 1. We've abbreviated it, of course, because at the North Pole we call it the EF1. And our guests are going to get to learn to fly Santa's sleigh. They actually get to take control of the reins. Now, this training program consists of 3 very special and specific parts: orientation for all pilots, basic training, and then, of course, the real-world simulation. When they're done, they'll be experts in how to fly Santa's sleigh for themselves. Also in Santa's workshop is Santa's working office. That's where Santa's busy getting ready for that Christmas morning run that all of us know so much about. And our kids will be able to interact with Santa, take a look and peek in the door and see what he's up to, and if they're really lucky, get to check the famous naughty and nice list. Something that every kid's always wanted to see, and something that every kid always hopes that their name's on, especially on the nice list. Well, we have it, and they'll have the opportunity to look over Santa's shoulder and check it out for themselves. We also feature the Jingle Bell Express Railroad. This train will take our guests through the entire Christmas Dreams experience. And if that's not enough, all of our guests will get an opportunity to ride on the Christmas Carousel, which is located right at the entrance to Santa's workshop. It's filled with miniature sleighs, reindeer, and teddy bears that guests can ride as they listen to festive Christmas music. It's going to be great fun, and what a better place to spend a day at the North Pole than Santa's workshop. Are you intrigued by this tour yet as much as I am? I hope so. And when I think of Christmas, I start thinking of all those Christmas goodies that you just love to eat at Christmas time. It seems to taste so much better during the Christmas season, right? Well, let's take a look at Mrs. Claus Kitchen, and while we're at it, world's largest Christmas tree. Let's go. Santa Claus Lane is the main thoroughfare running right through Christmas Dreams, and it's paved with love and generosity. Composed of personal messages and greetings, each engraved brick paver represents a person or organization that has helped make this Christmas dream become a reality. You'll notice that what you see looks like a cookie or candy shop, but it's not just any cookie or candy shop. As a matter of fact, when kids and their families walk through these doors, they've entered Mrs. Claus's Kitchen. This is a teaching environment where Santa's wife conducts cooking classes, shows visitors how to create favorite holiday treats. It's also a festive time when our kids will have the opportunity to put their hands on and create some very special treats that they're going to be enjoying themselves and also enjoying with their families. It's going to be a time where our kids get one-on-one time with Mrs. Claus. And they'll get to hear her tell stories about Christmas and Santa, and she'll hear their stories about life and what it's like. Just outside of Mrs. Claus's kitchen is the one and only Slushy the Snowman. And every child that's lucky enough to get that magic hat from Mrs. Claus will be able to run right outside the door and on Slushy's head place that hat. And when they do, this animatronic creature will come to life, and it will engage guests in conversation. It'll ask questions. It will chit-chat. They'll sing Christmas carols. They'll discuss their favorite toys. And Slushy is operated by a puppeteer located backstage. He only is activated when that magic hat is placed on his head. Right next to Slushy the Snowman, you find the world's largest Christmas tree. And this world's largest Christmas tree serves a variety of functions inside of Christmas Dreams. At floor level, it's a play area, and it's designed for kids to climb in and out. And what would you find under the world's largest Christmas tree? Well, some of the world's largest Christmas packages, except these are packages that the kids can play inside. And our kids will play inside, and they'll have a great time. And as they look up through the branches of the tree, they'll discover something up in that tree that they'll want to be a part of. You know, this has probably never happened to you, but I've heard it said, you know what? That's just tough. You're stuck up a tree. You ever wondered what it means to be stuck up a tree? Well, in Christmas Dreams, it's a good thing. Matter of fact, all you have to do is look up, and you'll see some amazing things in our Christmas tree house. During the day, the Christmas tree house is the Arts and Crafts Center, and our guests will create Christmas ornaments and various other holiday works of art. On certain evenings, the treehouse becomes a clubhouse as it hosts Santa's Celebration Sleepover, an all-night children's sleepover that binds friendships among the children and gives mom and dad a night off, or at least a few hours off. At certain times during the day, the treehouse becomes a step-off point for the Great Garland's Rope Course. And this acrobatic challenge in the sky will offer thrills to guests, and guests will be able to access the Garland's Rope Course in mobility devices. It is a one-of-a-kind adventure for guests high above the ground in the branches of the world's largest Christmas tree. You know, the world's largest Christmas tree, it's high, but it's not the highest spot in Christmas Dreams. Nope, that'd be on top of the mountain, and I'm talking about Snow Mountain. It's awfully hard to miss. It's the one and only Snow Mountain. It's the biggest mountain at the North Pole, and it's also the home of our alpine bobsled runs. With multi-tracks, this is going to be available for our guests to ride on at various times through the course of their stay, and they will have a blast. Now, you also can see behind Snow Mountain some of the chalets that we were talking about earlier. And Christmas Dreams is full of chalets, so we can pack guests in so they can have a time where they will create memories, and those memories will last a lifetime. Guests gather and deck the hall under the boughs of holly to share meals, snack, and fun. It's the group dining facility that serves breakfast, serves lunch, and serves dinner in Christmas Dreams. During the breakfast service, the Christmas Morning Show news team will report on the previous day's happenings, including stories of who did what, with supporting videos and still images. During dinner at night, our servers will spontaneously conduct various group activities, including games, sing-alongs, and a little bit of improv. Deck the Hall is not just a place to eat. It is a dining experience that all day long, kids and their families will look forward to getting into, sitting down at the table, and letting the fun begin. Upstairs, above Deck the Hall, is the Fa La Lodge, and it is a place designed for parents and caregivers only. While sitting in rocking chairs on the upper deck, adults will have a bird's eye view of all of Christmas Dreams, including being able to watch their kids at play. And during certain hours, seminars will be offered on topics of interest, including support groups, caregiving, financial management. Bible studies and other subjects will take place right there on that porch. In the evenings, when children are busy at the Santa Celebration Sleepover, Fa La Lodge will be transformed into a romantic dining experience if that's what the parents desire. It is a getaway for moms and dads and the folks that work so hard at taking care of our special guest each and every day. Fa La Lodge, while it may not be one of the kids' favorite places, it will be one of the parents' favorite hangouts. Now I put my jacket on because I know where we're going next. Inside Snow Mountain, there's a cave, a magical cave. It's a crystal cave. And trust me when I tell you this, it's cold in there. Chiseled beneath Snow Mountain slope, Crystal Cave invites children and their families to play in the snow. I mean, guests are going to have to bundle up because temperatures drop and real snow begins to fall inside Crystal Cave. Kids will enjoy making snowmen, snow angels, and snow castles in the powdery drifts. There will be illuminated ice trees surrounded by giant glowing snowflakes. And when they move to the top of the cave, there'll be a sparkling canopy and ice slides for the kids to jump on and slide down to the bottom. And as these ice slides weave their way through the cave, our kids will be thrilled, cold, and laughing. And when they're done, they'll walk over to Crystal's Gourmet Hot Chocolate Bar, because right inside this very chilly place, there'll be a snack. And our kids can pick from gourmet hot chocolates. They can even get some warm cookies, and it will be a time that they can refuel before they walk over to the Snowball Blast. And inside Crystal Cave, the Snowball Blast is the place where our kids can test their skills at making and launching snowballs. That's right, snowballs. It doesn't matter where you live in the world, every kid's always dreamed about tossing a snowball. Here at Christmas Dreams, that's another dream that comes true. Fashioned after carnival-style shooting gallery, Snowball Blast will use catapults, slingshots, and air cannons to send snowballs hurling at a variety of stationary and even a few moving targets. Get ready, bundle up, and spend some time in Crystal Cave, the chilliest and one of the most exciting places inside Christmas Dreams. Now, playing in the snow of Crystal Cave has me in the Christmas mood. How about you? I think it's only best we spend some time at Santa's Village, where, of course, well, Santa Claus himself hangs out. Right next door to Santa's house is the Flying Reindeer Barn, and our guests will have an opportunity to walk inside and check out where Santa's reindeer stay. To check that out, though, they'll have to look up, because reindeer fly, and whoever said their stalls would be on the ground? Why would they be? Reindeer aren't trapped by gravity. They can go anywhere, they can do anything. And so as our guests enter this reindeer barn, they'll discover that this is a barn like no other. And on the ground floor of this very unique barn, they'll get to experience something that kids of all ages have wondered about for a long, long time. We all remember the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and how we cringed at all of those reindeer that picked on Rudolph. They wouldn't let him participate in any reindeer games. Well, for the very first time, our guests will have an opportunity to participate in those very same reindeer games that Rudolph was isolated from. Why? Because Santa put his foot down. Reindeers don't get picked on anymore, and now our guests can enjoy reindeer games, and those games are games that are designed for all ages. It will be a memorable time with lots of laughter and lots of fun as our children discover that reindeer games are not something to be isolated from, but they're something that everybody can participate in. Anytime during the day, guests are welcome to slip on a pair of skates and enjoy the frozen pond. And at scheduled times, the pond will be hosting skating activities. Lessons in ice skating, figure skating, and hockey, as well as some skating-based games. And this pond is a pond that's going to be accessible for all of our guests to enjoy. Located in the heart of Santa's Village, Santa's house looks out at the Chapel of Christmas Dreams, and children get to spend one-on-one time with Santa and Mrs. Claus. As guests arrive, Mrs. Claus will serve our guests Christmas cookies, and Santa will share stories of Christmases of long ago and listen to kids share their stories of their favorite Christmas. They'll be able to ask Christmas questions, and as they sit and visit with Santa, they'll be delighted to find that their very favorite Christmas story is tucked away on Santa's bookshelf. As they share that story, then Santa will share his favorite Christmas story. And his favorite Christmas story is a story of the very first Christmas, the birth of Jesus. And as he tells his story, something magical happens in the house. A picture window with draperies covering will open up, and our families will be able to look out across toward the Chapel of Christmas Dreams and the Nativity sitting next to it. And the Nativity characters will come to life. Animatronic figures act out the Nativity story with theatrical pageantry, complete with shepherds, angels, wise men, and of course Joseph, Mary, and the newborn Jesus. Although Christmas Dreams is based upon the celebration of Christ's birth, it is intended to host Christians and non-Christians alike, in respect for guests who may not share the Christian tradition of the Savior's birth, and to make the private meeting with Santa and Mrs. Claus even more special. Guests passing the churchyard may see the living nativity. However, the audio track and narration are experienced only by the family visiting with Santa in his home at the time. The Chapel of Christmas Dreams is designed to be a quiet sanctuary, a place for thoughts, meditation, dreams, and prayers. Quiet corners will provide places to reflect, where guests can record their thoughts using audiovisual technology to share with others. And on special occasions, the chapel will host a sing-along of traditional Christmas hymns, reminiscent of candlelight Christmas Eve services throughout history. This place will become a very memorable part of each one of our guests' Christmas dream experiences. Once again, we catch a glimpse of Santa Claus Lane, which is Christmas Dream's main thoroughfare. It occupies a significant portion of the Christmas Dreams experience. And because it goes right through the middle, it offers an ideal place to host a variety of activities. These activities include things like a Christmas parade featuring visiting guests as riders on floats, or group games. It's also an ideal place for the general public to come in and take a look when Christmas Dreams is open for the public to look at. But when you move down Santa Claus Lane, there's something that you just can't help but noticing. The ice fountain is a glistening sculpture of frozen water captured in mid-arc and flow. Its many tiers overflow with frosted cascades, while spectacular arches of ice add majesty and grandeur. Rising from the top of the fountain is the North Pole itself, a glowing column of ice that marks the top of the world. You know it's the North Pole because the weather vane on top of the pole clearly points to all points being south. And this anchor and centerpiece of Christmas Dreams is the hub of many entertainment events. Each evening, the ice fountain becomes the centerpiece of the Aurora Spectacular Show, and the ice comes to life in a dazzling dance of color and movement while the sky fills with the shimmering waves of the Aurora Borealis, all choreographed to familiar Christmas music. The show reaches its finale with fireworks and falling snow. Parked between Santa's house and the reindeer barn is Santa's sleigh. Bright red, the sleigh draws the attention of every child at Christmas Dreams. Nestled on the ground at the foot of the sleigh is a pair of Santa's boots and Santa's coats and hats rested nearby. Any fascinated child can slip on Santa's boots and see if he can fill those boots. They can try on the coat, they can try on the hat, they can climb into Santa's sleigh, and they can even grab the reins and imagine flying throughout the night sky with Santa himself. Yep, that sleigh is the real deal. Now, it's only sitting out there up until Christmas Eve, because on Christmas Eve, well, that sleigh's traveling the world. But don't worry, it'll be back the next morning as kids wake up on Christmas Day, because Santa's adventure is now over. And the kids are the ones that start the adventure playing with all the goodies that Santa's left. Just beyond Santa's village, you find a little place that's loaded with action. HoHo Hollow. Well, what else would it be called? And when kids get to HoHo Hollow, well, they might just stay there all day. You might have wondered where all the elves live at the North Pole. Well, the answer to that is simple. It's called HoHo Hollow. It's an elf village that's just the right size for elves and kids to relax and unwind after a busy day in Santa's workshop, after a busy afternoon of going up and down Snow Mountain, after a chilly stay inside Crystal Cave. In other words, it's just a place to come hang out and have a great time. This 10,000 square foot boundless playground allows guests to experience the freedom of play. And they get to lose themselves in this activity. As they're playing through this massive playground, homes of elves peek from behind snowdrifts while meandering paths invite guests to relax and explore the world of the elf. Something that every kid's always wondered about. Something you may have wondered about too. Well, this is your chance. It can only be found in HoHo Hollow, and you can't find HoHo Hollow anywhere else except the North Pole. Now, after all that playing in HoHo Hollow, it can leave a kid plumb tuckered out. Probably parents would be tuckered out too. Well, anybody would be worn out. And not just tired, but starting to feel hungry. Good news for you, we got a place to eat right there in HoHo Hollow. If guests work up a hunger in the midst of all the fun they're having in HoHo Hollow, then they'll want to drop by Frosties and Chili's. Frosties and Chili's offers a spur-of-the-moment opportunity to grab a quick bite to eat. Now, these grill restaurants serve fun, healthy snacks and special treats within the Elf Village. So you can grab a table at the alla fresca dining area, pull up a chair, relax, because this is an elf gathering place. And you can sit back, relax, laugh, have fun, and walk away full. Now, you always knew that the North Pole was a magical place, and I know that you knew because you knew that I knew, and I knew that you knew, and so we know, well, we know what I'm talking about. But we have one more surprise for you. There's some place at the North Pole that nobody knows existed, unless, of course, you've been lucky enough to have visited there. Well, our guests are going to get to check this out. It's a place called Snowball Springs. That's right, Snowball Springs at the North Pole. There's no place in the world like Snowball Springs. I mean, where else can you find an Arctic hot spring with penguins ice skating nearby? Snowball Springs is a 30,000 square foot winter wonderland located at the top of the world. You can splash in the Elves swimming hole, slide down a water slide, go tubing on the Adventure River, keep your eyes open though for igloos along the way, and don't miss the candy-themed water playground. You also can float by, and if you look real close, you might see a Christmas seal waving at you. That's right, I said a Christmas seal. And while you're at it, stop by the Snowball Cafe for a meal to keep your energy level up so you can keep playing. Snowball Springs. When the snow starts to melt, the fun begins. Well, that just about wraps up our little excursion through Christmas dreams. And I hope that you've enjoyed the tour as much as I've enjoyed being your tour guide. Along the way, I look at what's happening at Christmas Dreams, and I begin to get excited about the possibilities, and I get excited about the potential of what could be. I realize that there are terminally ill children and their families that will get the opportunity in Christmas Dreams to spend a Christmas like they've always wanted, and a Christmas that without Christmas Dreams they would never get the opportunity to have. The amazing thing about dreams is that sometimes dreams, no matter how big they are, eventually start becoming a lot of hard work. And not only is it hard work, but it takes a lot of people stepping alongside of and becoming a part of that dream. It doesn't just become the dream of one person. It becomes people like yourself that are willing to buy into this dream and decide that this is a dream that they want to be a part of. And that's my challenge, and that's my question for you. Now that you've taken the tour of Christmas Dreams and you've seen our drawings, are you willing to help us make this dream become a reality? I sure hope so. And if you want more information about Christmas Dreams, I invite you to visit us online at christmasdreams.org. When you get there, you'll see some of the same images you just saw, but beyond that, you'll be able to find some things that will give you more information about what's happening, the latest news of Christmas Dreams. You can actually go online and make a donation. Maybe you want to get involved and buy a brick with your name on it on Santa Claus Lane. At the website you can find out how. Maybe you want to go and just make a donation in general. We'd love for you to do that. You can even go and buy some Christmas Dreams exclusive merchandise. Go to our Christmas Dreams store there at the website. Or better yet, give us a call at the number below. We would love to hear from you, and we'd love to answer any questions you have about what's happening with Christmas Dreams. We really do want you to be a part of this. And we'd like to ask you, one, to support us with your prayers. Pray for us as we try to make this dream become real in the lives of people and families who need it desperately. But also, begin praying about how you can support us in this, not just financially, but in the days ahead, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to connect as a volunteer and be a part, hands-on, of making what you just saw become real in the lives of people. And we also would like for you to help us by spreading the word. Let other people that you know and help them to hear what's going on with this amazing little place that we're building that's going to impact the lives of families. Why are we doing this? Oh, you already know the answer to that. Because some children just can't wait for Christmas. Please, help us make this dream come true. And Merry Christmas.